You're making the biggest mistake of your life. My mother's voice still echoes in my head, 5 years later. The way she gripped her wine glass that night, knuckles white, you'd think I'd announced I was joining a cult instead of getting married. I'm Summer, and this is the story of how I watched my family's empire crumble while building my own. But let me take you back to that dinner first, the night everything changed. "He's a nobody," my father growled, jabbing his fork toward me. "A street artist who'll never amount to anything. Is this how you repay us for your education, for everything we've given you?" I sat there, 27 years old, an MBA from Stanford under my belt, being lectured like a teenager who'd stayed out past curfew. Across the table, my sister Kira smirked into her salad. Her husband Owen reached for the bread basket, trying to look anywhere but at me. "Kylan sells his paintings," I said quietly. "He's talented. He just needs—" "Needs what?" Kira cut in. "A miracle? God, Summer, I thought you were smarter than this. Owen's firm is hiring in accounting. You could—" "I'm not breaking up with him." My voice was steady, even as my hands shook under the table. "I'm marrying him. I love him." My mother set down her glass with a sharp clink. "Love doesn't pay bills, darling. Look at your sister. She married sensibly, a proper match." "I don't want a proper match," I said. "I want Kylan." "Then you want nothing to do with this family." My father's words fell like stones. "No trust fund, no connections, no help. You're choosing this vagrant over your future." I stood up, my chair scraping against the hardwood. "He's not a vagrant, he's brilliant, and one day you'll all see that." "The only thing we'll see," Kira drawled, "is you crawling back when you're tired of eating ramen in a studio apartment." I left without another word. That was the last time I sat at their table. 5 years later, I'm sitting in my own kitchen, sipping coffee and reading an email that just popped up. From Kira, the first contact in years. "Dear Summer, I hope this finds you well. It's been too long, and I've been thinking about family lately. Would you like to meet for coffee? Just sisters, catching up. I miss you." I almost laugh out loud. Kira doesn't miss anyone except herself. Something's wrong. I can smell it through the screen. "Everything okay?" Kylan appears behind me, fresh paint on his fingers. He kisses the top of my head, peering at my laptop. "Is that from—" "Kira," I confirm, wanting to catch up. He tenses slightly. "You don't have to see her." "No," I say, already typing a reply. "But I want to. Something's happening with them. I can feel it." Kylan squeezes my shoulder. "Just be careful. They hurt you once." I reach up and touch his hand, remembering those early days. Our tiny apartment, the rejected gallery submissions, the nights I spent building spreadsheets and contact lists while he painted, the whispers at country club events about how I'd thrown my life away. If they only knew. "I'll be fine," I tell him. "They can't hurt me anymore. We made sure of that." My phone buzzes. Kira's reply comes instantly. "Tomorrow at 10 a.m. at some overpriced cafe downtown." Of course she picked the most expensive place she could think of. I close my laptop and follow Kylan to his studio. Massive canvases line the walls, each worth more than my parents' Mercedes. He's working on a new piece, all bold strokes and hidden meanings, just like our life together, more than meets the eye. "Want to know something funny?" I ask, watching him work. They still think we're struggling. After all this time, they probably imagine us in some cramped rental, eating cheap takeout. Kylan grins, adding a streak of gold to the canvas. Let them think what they want. We know better. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Elisa, our gallery director. "Major collector interested in the Blue series, offering 7 figures. Call me." I smile, typing a quick response. Then I reply to Kira. "See you tomorrow, sis." Let her think I'm desperate for family connection. Let her think I'm still the foolish little sister who threw everything away for love. Tomorrow, I'll find out what's really going on, but for now, I have an empire to run. The cafe Kira chose screams old money, all crystal chandeliers and white tablecloths. I arrive early, wearing my struggling artist wife costume, simple sweater, minimal makeup, no designer labels. The hostess eyes me suspiciously until I mention my sister's name. "Oh, Mrs. Phillips's table, right this way." I spot Kira immediately. She's thinner than I remember, her perfectly highlighted hair unable to hide the stress lines around her eyes. She stands to air-kiss my cheek, designer perfume overwhelming. "Summer, darling, you look healthy." Translation: "You look poor but well-fed." I smile blandly. "You too, Kira, though maybe a little tired." A flicker of something, anger, worry, crosses her face before she masks it. "Oh, you know how it is. Owen's business keeps us so busy. The social obligations alone." "I wouldn't know," I say, settling into my chair. My social calendar is pretty light these days. The waiter appears. Kira orders a $20 green smoothie. I ask for black coffee, watching her try not to wince at my pedestrian choice. "So," she starts, fidgeting with her wedding ring. "How's Kyle?" "Kylan," I correct. "He's painting, always painting." "Still?" She forces a laugh. "I mean, hasn't he considered something more stable? Owen's firm is always—" "He's doing fine," I cut in. "We're doing fine." My phone buzzes. It's Elisa. "Dubai collector offering stupid money for the entire red collection. Call me." I silence the phone as Kira leans forward, dropping her voice. "Look, Summer, I'll be direct. Mum and Dad are concerned about you, about your future. After 5 years of silence, how thoughtful." "Don't be difficult," she snaps, then catches herself. We hate seeing you struggle, and with everything that's happening." "What's happening?" She sits back, smoothie untouched. "Nothing. Just the economy, you know? Everyone's feeling it. Even Owen says—" My phone buzzes again. This time it's Haley. "Tokyo gallery emergency. Need approval for shipping insurance. 12 months SIM value." "Sorry," I murmur, typing a quick response. "Work stuff." "Oh, where are you working these days?" "Just admin work for an art gallery." Kira's eyes light up with pity. "Oh, sweetie, is that what it's come to? You had such potential." I think back to those early days. Kylan painting in our tiny living room while I worked 3 jobs. Nights spent cold-calling galleries, building websites, networking with art critics. The first big sale. How we celebrated with cheap champagne, dreaming of more. "We all make choices," I say simply. "Yes, well, about choices." Kira's voice turns syrupy sweet. "Dad's been thinking he might have a position available. Entry level, of course, but—" A commotion near the entrance draws our attention. A woman in expensive yoga wear is arguing with the hostess, her voice carrying. "What do you mean my card was declined? Do you know who I am? Call my husband's office." Kira pales slightly, suddenly very interested in her smoothie. "Everything okay?" I ask innocently. "Fine, everything's fine." She fumbles with her phone. "Oh, look at the time. I should go. Owen needs me for a thing." As she stands, I notice her designer bag. It's a knockoff. A good one, but I've spent enough time in the luxury market to spot the difference. "Kira," I say softly, "what's really going on?" "Nothing." She's gathering her things too quickly. "I'll have Mum call you about that job offer. Just think about it, okay?" She hurries out, leaving me with the bill. Classic Kira. My phone rings. Elisa again. This time I answer. "Summer, we need decisions on the Dubai deal. They're offering 8 figures. "Counter with 15% higher," I say, watching through the window as Kira argues with the parking attendant. "And call our contact at the Times. I think it's time for that feature on Kylan's rise in the art world." "You sure? I thought we were keeping things quiet." Things change. I sign the cheque, adding a generous tip. "Oh, and Elisa, remember that old warehouse space we looked at?" "The one near your parents' country club?" "That's the one. Make an offer. I think it's time we opened a new gallery." Walking out, I pass the woman whose card was declined. She's crying into her phone. "Owen, please! You said the accounts would be fine by now." I smile to myself. Owen. Kira's Owen. Well. My phone buzzes with a text from my mother. Darling, please call. We need to discuss your future. Oh, Mom, if you only knew, my future has never been brighter. Yours, on the other hand. They're selling Grandma's house. Elisa's voice crackles through my phone speaker. Your parents just listed it. I freeze in the middle of reviewing contracts. What? It hit the market an hour ago. Urgent sale, way under market value. Want me to send the listing? My grandmother's Victorian mansion, the heart of our family for generations, the place where I learned to walk, where Kylan proposed, where I last saw my family whole. Now just another asset to liquidate. Send it, I say, my throat tight, and get me everything you can on Owen's company. An hour later, Hayley drops a thick folder on my desk. Owen's firm is underwater, multiple SEC investigations, frozen accounts, the works. They're trying to keep it quiet, but nothing stays quiet forever. I flip through the documents, each page revealing another crack in my family's perfect facade. What about my parents? Their investment portfolio was heavily tied to Owen's firm. Hayley hesitates. They're in trouble, Summer. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Aunt Summer, it's Adeline. Can we talk? I haven't seen my niece since she was 11. Now she's 16, and apparently reaching out behind her mother's back. Meet me at the gallery, I text back. Adeline arrives looking like a younger, softer version of Kira, but where her mother radiates superiority, Adeline's eyes hold something different. Curiosity, maybe even hope. Mum doesn't know I'm here, she blurts out. They're fighting all the time. Dad's never home, and when he is, he's just staring at his laptop looking sick. Grandma keeps crying on the phone and... Breathe, I tell her, leading her through the gallery. Start from the beginning. She talks as we walk, her words tumbling out between gasps. The whispers at school about her dad's company, her mother's maxed-out credit cards, the country club gossip about the Jensens' fall from grace. And now they're selling great-grandma's house, she finishes. Mum says it's temporary, just until things stabilise, but you don't believe her. Adeline shakes her head, stopping in front of one of Kylan's paintings. This is beautiful, she whispers. Mum says Uncle Kylan's a failure, but these are amazing. Your mother says a lot of things. I know. She turns to me, eyes bright. That's why I came. You got out. You built something real. I want to learn from you. Before I can respond, the gallery door chimes. Kira storms in, face flushed with rage. Adeline, get in the car, now. Mum, now. Adeline shoots me an apologetic look before scurrying out. Kira rounds on me, all pretense of sisterly affection gone. Stay away from my daughter. She came to me, I say calmly, maybe because she's tired of living in a house of lies. Lies? Kira laughs hysterically. You want to talk about lies? How about you, playing at being a gallery administrator while your husband wastes his life on finger paintings? I walk to my office, Kira following like a heat-seeking missile. Speaking of lies, I say, how's Owen's firm doing? She stops cold. What? And Mum and Dad's investments? Grandma's house? I turn, meeting her eyes. The country club membership you can't afford anymore? You! Her face contorts. You've been digging, enjoying our problems, aren't you? Little Summer, finally feeling superior. No, Kira, I'm just wondering why you're here, really here. She deflates slightly, sinking into a chair. We need help, she whispers. Just until Owen's deals come through. A small loan, your husband. His art must bring in something. My husband's finger paintings? I can't help the edge in my voice. The ones you've mocked for years. I was wrong, okay? Tears smear her expensive mascara. Is that what you want to hear? We're desperate. Mum and Dad are losing everything. Owen's facing. He might go to... She breaks off, sobbing. I should feel vindicated. Instead, I just feel tired. I'll think about it, I say finally. Really? Hope flickers across her face. On one condition, you all come to dinner at my place. Your apartment? My house, I correct her. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Bring the whole family. She stands, straightening her knock-off bag. Thank you, Summer. You won't regret this. Oh, but someone will regret this Friday. Just not me. After she leaves, I call Kylan. Remember how we talked about revealing everything? I think it's time. Are you sure? I look at Grandma's house listing on my screen, then at the SEC documents about Owen's firm. Yes, let's show them exactly who they've been looking down on all these years. Friday can't come soon enough. Friday evening arrives with the precision of a well-orchestrated play. Elisa and Haley help me set the stage, arranging Kylan's most valuable pieces throughout our penthouse. The dining room table gleams with crystal and silver, all the trappings my mother once claimed I'd never have again. The Dubai contracts are signed, Elisa says, adjusting a painting worth more than my parents' house. And the Times article goes live at midnight. Perfect timing, I smile, checking my watch. They should be here in 20 minutes. Kylan emerges from his studio, trading his paint-splattered clothes for a crisp suit. Ready for this? I've been ready for 5 years. The doorman calls up at exactly 7. I watch through the security feed as my family clusters in the private elevator, their expressions shifting from disdain to confusion as it rises past the 20th floor. The doors open, and I savour their first reactions. My mother's sharp intake of breath, my father's narrowed eyes, Kira's mouth falling open, Owen's visible gulp. "Welcome," I say warmly. "Please come in." They shuffle into our foyer, trying to hide their shock at the marble floors, the soaring ceilings, the casual display of wealth they thought we'd never achieve. "This is—" my mother starts, then stops. "You live here?" "Oh, yes," I guide them through to the living room. "Drink. We have that Bordeaux you used to love, Mum." "How—" Owen's eyes dart around, lingering on each painting. "This building, these units cost a fortune," I finish for him. "Yes, they do." Adeline breaks away from her parents, moving to examine a massive canvas. "Uncle Kylan, did you paint all these?" "Everyone," he says quietly. "They're incredible," she breathes. "They're worth nothing," Kira snaps, but her voice wavers. "Right?" I pour the wine, letting the silence stretch. Finally, my father clears his throat. "Summer, about that loan—" "Of course," I gesture to the dining room. "Let's discuss it over dinner." They follow me like dazed sheep, taking their seats around the table. Our private chef serves the first course. My mother's eyes widen at the caviar. "So," I begin casually, "how much do you need?" Owen shifts uncomfortably. Two million would tide us over until—" "Until what?" I ask. "Until your Ponzi scheme recovers?" He chokes on his wine. "How did you—" "No." I pull out my tablet. "The SEC investigation is quite thorough. Would you like to see it?" "Now see here," my father starts, but I cut him off. "Or should we discuss the margin calls on your accounts, the foreclosure notices, Grandma's house?" "Summer," my mother pleads, "we're family." "Family?" I laugh. "Now we're family. Not when you cut me off. Not when you spread rumours about my poor life choices." "We were protecting you," Kira bursts out. "That's what families do." "No," I stand, pressing a button on my phone. The far wall lights up with a projection. Financial statements, bank accounts, property deeds. This is what families do. They support each other, build each other up, not tear each other down. They stare at the numbers, millions, tens of millions, all under Kylan's name and mine. "That's impossible," Owen whispers. "Is it?" I swipe to the next screen. Press coverage, gallery openings, auction results. "While you were all pitying us, we built an empire. Every painting you mocked. Collectors fight over them now." "But—" My father's face is ashen. "You said you were just a gallery administrator." "I'm the CEO," I correct him, "of all of it. The galleries, the auctions, the international sales. Every piece of art Kylan creates, I turn into gold." Silence falls. Even Kira seems speechless. "So yes," I continue, sitting back down, "I could loan you 2 million. I could save Grandma's house. I could fix everything you broke." Hope flickers across their faces. "But I won't." "What?" My mother gasps. Actions have consequences, I say softly. You taught me that, remember, when you cut me off? Summer, please. Kira reaches for my hand. I pull away. The Times is running a feature at midnight. Art World's Power. Couple reveals all. Your social circle will know everything by breakfast. You can't, my father growls. I already have. I raise my glass. To family. Adeline suddenly laughs, a bright, genuine sound. You're amazing, Aunt Summer. Adeline, Kira snaps. No, Mom, they are amazing. While you were all looking down on them, they were building something real. I look at my niece with new appreciation. Would you like to intern at the gallery this summer, Adeline? She will not, Kira stands, grabbing Adeline's arm. Actually, Adeline pulls free, I will. I want to learn from someone who creates value, not just spends it. The look on Kira's face is worth every struggle of the past 5 years. Dinner isn't over, but the real feast, revenge, is just beginning to be served. The rest of dinner unravels like a badly knit sweater. My mother alternates between tears and attempts at manipulation. My father's face grows redder with each sip of the wine he can no longer afford. Owen stares at his phone, watching his company's reputation implode in real time as the Times article goes live early. This is a mistake, Kira hisses, gripping her water glass. You're destroying this family. No, I reply calmly. You did that yourselves. I'm just refusing to fix it. After everything we did for you, my mother starts. Everything you did for me? I set down my fork. Let's talk about what you did for me. Remember Sarah's wedding? Kira pales. Summer, don't. No, let's tell this story. I turn to Adeline. Your mother told everyone at our cousin's wedding that I was only with Kylan because he was secretly wealthy, that I was a gold digger. Remember that, Kira? I was trying to save your reputation. By lying, when you thought we were poor? I laugh. The irony is delicious. My father slams his hand on the table. Enough. You've made your point. You're successful. Fine. But we're still your parents. Are you? I stand, walking to the window. Parents support their children. They don't bet against them. They don't spread rumours. They don't... We were right, he roars. Look at you now, cold, vindictive, enjoying our suffering. Larry, my mother touches his arm. Please. No, Tatum. She sits in her ivory tower judging us after we gave her everything. Everything except faith, Kylan speaks for the first time. Everything except respect. Owen's phone pings loudly. His face goes ash white. The SEC! They're announcing the investigation. It's public. Kira grabs his phone, scrolling frantically. No, no, no! Your accounts will be frozen by morning, I tell them. The country club membership, cancelled. The private school tuition for Adeline, due next week, and Grandma's house. I pause. Well, that's already gone. You knew, my mother whispers. You knew all of this was coming. Of course I knew. I have better lawyers than you do. And you let us walk right into this trap, Kira's voice breaks. Your own family. Like you let me walk into that dinner 5 years ago, knowing Dad was planning to cut me off, knowing Mom had already cancelled my credit cards. Silence falls. Even Adeline looks shocked at this revelation. You knew? I ask Kira. You all knew? We thought... My mother dabs at her eyes. We thought a little hardship would bring you to your senses. Instead, it brought me success. I press another button on my phone. A screen lights up with a familiar address. Oh, look! Grandma's house just sold. Already? My father stands. That's impossible. It was only listed... This morning. Yes, I bought it. The silence is deafening. You... Kira's mascara runs as tears fall. You bought our childhood home? Someone had to preserve the family legacy. I shrug. Since you were all so busy destroying it. Owen's phone pings again, and again. The news is spreading. Please, he begs. Summer, we can work something out. I have connections. Had connections, I correct him, past tense. Adeline moves to stand beside me. Can I still intern at the gallery? Of course. Adeline, Kira shrieks. Get back here. No, Mom, I'm staying. Someone needs to learn from this mess. My mother rises shakily. We should go. Clearly we're not welcome here. Oh, but you are, I smile. Stay for dessert. We're having humble pie. You think you're so clever, my father spits. So superior, but money doesn't make you better than us. No, I agree. Your actions made me better than you. I learned from every cruel word, every dismissive gesture. You taught me how to be strong, how to be ruthless. Congratulations. They file out slowly, defeated, all except Adeline, who hangs back. That was brutal, she says, but they deserved it? Yes, I look at my niece, really look at her. They did. Are you sure about the internship? She nods. Someone needs to break the cycle. Might as well be me. After they're gone, Kylan wraps his arms around me. You okay? I lean back against him, watching the city lights. You know what's funny? For years I dreamed of this moment. But now I just feel free. I turn to face him. We did it. We really did it. No. He kisses my forehead. You did it. I just painted. My phone buzzes. Elisa sending screenshots of the social media explosion. The mighty Jensen family's fall from grace is trending. Sometimes revenge isn't about getting even. It's about getting free. And I'm finally, completely free. The aftermath hits like a tsunami. By morning, my phone is flooded with messages from long-lost relatives and family friends, all suddenly remembering my existence. The country club crowd that once shunned us now desperately seeks connections. Another interview request, Hayley announces, waving her tablet. Forbes this time. I'm sorting through emails when Elisa bursts in. You need to see this. She pulls up a video on her phone. It's my mother, mascara smeared, being escorted out of the country club. This is a mistake, she shrieks at the security guard. We've been members for 30 years. Should we do something? Elisa asks. No, I reply, but my voice catches slightly. They made their choices. My phone rings, Adeline. Mum's having a meltdown, she says without preamble. She's threatening to send me to boarding school if I take the internship. Can she afford boarding school? No, Adeline laughs darkly. She can't afford anything anymore. Dad's frozen all the accounts. He might be facing charges. Before I can respond, my office door flies open. Kira storms in, looking wild. Fix this, she demands. Fix it now. Security, I call out, but she waves a piece of paper in my face. Your precious gallery. It's built on family land. Dad's name is still on the deed. He'll shut you down. I smile, taking the paper. You mean this deed? Check the date. She snatches it back, eyes widening as she reads. This is from 3 years ago. You bought it? Through a shell company. Dad was too proud to check who was really buying. You've been planning this, she whispers. All of it. For years. No, I lean back. I've been succeeding for years. This is just the natural conclusion. Owen's going to jail. Her voice breaks. Did you know that would happen? He committed fraud, Kira. Actions have consequences. Like you're so perfect, she spits, living in your tower playing Art World royalty. Mum, Adeline appears in the doorway. Stop. You, Kira whirls. Get in the car. We're leaving. No. Adeline moves to stand beside my desk. I'm staying. Someone has to learn how to build something real. I am your mother. And she's my aunt, the only one in this family who actually created something instead of just spending Daddy's money. Kira recoils as if slapped. I gave you everything. You gave me things, Adeline corrects. Aunt Summer's giving me knowledge. My phone buzzes. Kylan sending a photo. He's at Grandma's house overseeing repairs. Keeping the old girl in the family, his message reads. The house. Kira sees the photo. You're really keeping it? Someone should. It's where I learned my most important lesson after all. What lesson? That family isn't about blood or money. It's about who stands by you when you have neither. Tears stream down Kira's face. We were trying to protect you. No, I stand. You were trying to control me. There's a difference. And now you're controlling us, taking everything. I'm not taking anything. Your husband's crimes, Dad's bad investments, your overspending. You did this to yourselves. Security finally arrives, but I wave them off. Kira slumps into a chair, defeated. What do you want? She whispers. Money? Public apology? What will make you help us? Nothing, I reply softly, because this isn't about revenge anymore. It's about consequences. We're your family. No, Adeline cuts in. You're her relatives. Kylan is her family. The people who believed in her, they're her family. You're just DNA. Kira stands slowly, dignity in tatters. You've won, Summer. Congratulations. I hope it was worth it. It wasn't about winning, I tell her, retreating back. It was about surviving. You just never thought I could do both. After she's gone, Adeline perches on my desk. That was intense. Welcome to the art world, intern. First lesson. Every masterpiece has dark shadows. My phone rings again. The Times wanting a follow-up interview. The headline, Art World's power couple reveals hidden empire has gone viral. Should I take it? I ask Adeline. She grins. Absolutely. Show them what real success looks like. I answer the call, watching through my office window as Kira's car pulls away. In the reflection, I see myself. Not the family failure, not the poor artist's wife, but the woman who built an empire from their discarded dreams. Yes, I tell the reporter, I have quite a story to tell. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't just success. It's success they have to watch, powerless to deny or destroy. And I'm just getting started. A week later, I'm standing in Grandma's house, my house now, running my fingers along the familiar banister. Kylan's team has already started restoration work, bringing life back to the old walls. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since the Times article. Owen's arrest made national news. My parents have fled to their lake house, hiding from reporters. Kira's social media has gone dark. The East Wing needs the most work, Kylan says, coming up behind me. But the bones are good. Like me, I smile, but it doesn't quite reach my eyes. The doorbell rings. It's my mother, looking smaller somehow, her designer clothes replaced by simple slacks and a sweater. Summer, she says quietly, can we talk? I lead her to the kitchen, the heart of the house, where she once taught me to bake cookies. Now she sits at the counter like a stranger, hands clasped tightly. Your father's had a heart attack. The words hang in the air. I grip the counter. He's stable, she continues, but he's asking for you. Why? Because you won. Her laugh is hollow. Everything we built, everything we thought we were protecting, it's gone, and you built something bigger. I didn't want to win, Mum. I wanted you to love me anyway. I did love you, she bursts out. I loved you enough to try to save you from struggle, from hardship. No, I cut her off. You loved your idea of me, the perfect daughter who'd marry rich and live your kind of life. You never loved who I actually was. And who are you? She whispers. Someone who chose love over money, who built something real instead of living on appearances. Who learned that the hardship you feared was actually the foundation of everything good in my life? She wipes her eyes. Your father, he wanted to tell you he's proud, finally proud. Too late. Is it? She reaches for her purse, pulls out an old photo. It's me at 5, covered in paint, beaming at the camera. You always were the artist. I was just too blind to see it. The front door opens. Adeline arrives for her first day of internship. She freezes when she sees my mother. Should I come back? No, I say. Stay. You're family now. My mother flinches at the words. Tatum, she starts. That's what you never understood, I tell her. Family isn't inherited. It's built, like success, like respect. Can it be rebuilt? She asks softly. Before I can answer, my phone rings. It's Elisa. The Dubai collection just sold, triple the estimate. Good, I say. Transfer the usual percentage to the foundation. Foundation? My mother asks. The Dean Foundation for Arts Education, Adeline explains. Aunt Summer funds scholarships for artists who need support, like Kylan once did. My mother's face crumples. All this time while we were looking down on you. You were looking the wrong way, I finish. Now, if you'll excuse us, Adeline has her first lesson in gallery management. Summer, please, your father is in the best hospital, receiving the best care, because despite everything I made sure of that, not out of love, but because I'm not like you. I don't destroy people just because I can. She stands slowly. When did you become so strong? The day you made me choose between your approval and my happiness. I chose happiness. Everything else, the success, the money, the power, that was just a bonus. And revenge? She asks quietly. That was justice, natural consequences, the universe balancing its books. She walks to the door, then turns. The house, will you keep it in the family? I am keeping it in the family, my family, the one I chose. After she leaves, Adeline helps me sort through old photos, deciding which to keep, which to store away. Was it worth it? She asks. The revenge? I look around the house, at Kylan sketching in the corner, at the young intern eager to learn, at the empire we built from nothing but talent and determination. Revenge wasn't the goal, I tell her. Success was, living well was. They just happened to look like revenge to people who thought I'd fail. My phone buzzes again. Another interview request. Another offer for Kylan's work. Another chapter in the story they never thought I'd write. Ready for your first lesson? I ask Adeline. She nods eagerly. Success isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Outside, a moving truck arrives with the first pieces for the house's new gallery space. Inside, the ghosts of old hurts finally begin to fade. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's living so fully, so successfully, that those who hurt you become footnotes in your story instead of its authors. And my story? It's just beginning. The gallery opening at Grandma's house draws hundreds. Art critics mingle with collectors, champagne flows, and Kylan's newest collection commands the restored walls. But it's the small gallery upstairs that matters most. A hidden gem featuring young, unknown artists, each supported by our foundation. This is incredible, Adeline says, now confident in her role as assistant curator. Look at the turnout. I'm about to respond when I spot them, my parents, lingering uncertainly at the entrance. Dad looks frail after his heart attack, leaning on a cane. They haven't RSVP'd. I haven't seen them since that day in the kitchen. Should we call security? Elisa appears at my elbow. No, I say. Let them in. They make their way through the crowd, my mother's eyes widening at each familiar face. People who once attended her garden parties, now here celebrating her outcast daughter's success. Summer! My father's voice is rough. This house, you've done something remarkable here. Yes, I agree, I have. Is there... He clears his throat. Is there somewhere we can talk, privately? I lead them to Grandma's old study, now my office. They sink into the leather chairs, looking small against the backdrop of Kylan's most personal work. A portrait of me at my desk, power and vulnerability balanced in every brushstroke. Owen's sentencing is tomorrow, my father says. I know. Kira, she's moving in with us, starting over. Good for her. Summer, my mother leans forward. We've lost everything. Our reputation, our money, our place in society. But losing you, that was our biggest mistake. Finally figured that out, did you? We were wrong, my father says simply. About everything. About you. About Kylan. About what matters. And now that I'm successful, you want to make amends? No, my mother surprises me. We want to make things right, not because you're successful, but because you're happy. We see that now. The foundation, my father gestures to a brochure on my desk. Supporting young artists. That's remarkable. Someone should, I say. Someone should believe in dreams that don't fit into neat, socially acceptable boxes. A knock at the door. It's Kylan. They're asking for you downstairs. The Times wants photos. My parents start to rise, but I hold up a hand. Stay, watch. Through the study window, they can see the grand gallery below. I descend the stairs, cameras flashing. Kylan joins me, his hand warm in mine. We're photographed beside his masterpiece, a massive canvas depicting a phoenix rising from golden ashes. When I return, my father's crying, actually crying. "I never saw it," he whispers. "How strong you are, how capable. I was so busy protecting what I had, I couldn't see what you could build." "I don't need your approval anymore," I tell them. "I don't need anything from you." "We know," my mother says. "That's why we're here, not to ask for help, not to reconnect with success, but to say, we were wrong, completely wrong." "And Kira?" "Learning," my father sighs. "The hard way, like we are." Adeline appears in the doorway. "Aunt Summer, the Dubai collectors are here." My parents stand. "We should go." "No," I surprise myself saying. "Stay, watch what your daughter built. Not to rub it in, but so you understand, really understand, what you almost stopped from existing." They follow me downstairs, hanging back as I work the room. I'm in my element here, moving between art world elite and scholarship recipients with equal ease. Kylan catches my eye from across the room, his smile saying everything. Later, as the crowd thins, my father touches my arm. "Thank you for letting us see this, for not destroying us completely when you could have." "I'm not you," I tell him. "I don't destroy things, I build them." "Can you build bridges?" my mother asks softly. I look at Kylan, at Adeline, at the empire we've created, at the young artists whose dreams we're funding, at my parents, humbled but finally seeing me. "Bridges take time," I say, "and trust, and proof that both sides want to cross." "We do," they say together, then start small. "Come to dinner next week. Meet the real me, the real us. No expectations, no past, no judgment. Just dinner." They nod, understanding the gift and the warning it contains. As they leave, Kylan wraps his arms around me. "You okay?" "Better than okay," I say, watching them go. "I'm free, really free, not from them, but from needing them, from wanting their approval, from the past." "And the revenge?" "Turned into something better, something that helps people instead of hurting them." Because sometimes the best endings aren't about getting even. They're about getting better, growing stronger, building higher. And sometimes, just sometimes, they're about learning to build bridges instead of burning them.